Hi students. So let's continue with 3.2, customizing your graph. What? Okay, fine. How you guys doing? Yeah, I'm doing good too. Thanks for asking. Okay, let's continue. 3.2, customizing your graphs. So 3.1, we learned how to do bar plots, pie charts. We learned, more importantly, how to name our list using the names function. We've talked about Pareto charts and taking a bar plot and sorting it. So as of right now, if you had to restart your computer, nice little trick we can do just to get all this stuff in here, because we're going to use the same list. For instance, like the P list. I think that's the only one we've been working on, but that had to do with the number of pets. Is I just literally copied and pasted everything that was in that list, and I'm hitting enter. It quickly scrolled through some graphs because there are a whole bunch of graphs in there. But the good news is it sorted our list P, for instance, which had the dogs, cats, reptile, and fish. And again, why does this work? Well, this works. Why can I just copy and paste everything? Because I have all these hashtags in my code that allows me to just copy and paste everything, and it just ignores everything after a hashtag. So we had left off, say with this Pareto chart, we took the categories and we sorted them in order using the sort function, and decrease equals true, or else it would have sorted it in increasing order, and we didn't want that. So now let's spice this up. As far as bar charts goes, looks pretty boring. I got a lot of issues with this. Number one, this this over here. Cool. Sorry, I've never used that before. I don't like how this is above the y-axis here. Don't like that. I don't like how there's no line here. Got a little trick for that. These colors are hideous. It would be cool to have some, cooler colors here. It's missing a title, Hey, give me a title. What else is it missing? Yeah, it's missing just like, what is this stuff down here? Let's get rid of all this stuff now. Though that was fun. Might have to do that again sometime. So let's learn how to really customize these graphs, make them personal, make them look nice, make them look user-friendly. Okay, I guess I have to do that, darn. I guess not. All right, so going back to our script here, there's a lot of arguments. Let's actually, instead of help pi, let's look at all the things that we can have in a bar plot. So this help function is a very nice function, because if I do help, and if I need help with a function, so I'm going help bar plot, it does have to connect online when it does this, so it does require an internet connection, but it gets this nice little screen here. And you can see here it says bar plot height. Height is essentially, well, we'll see what every list is, what every argument here is. So it's got height, width equals 1, space equals null, name arg equals null, legend text equals null, besides equals false, horizontal equals false, density equals null, color equals null, border, all these things. So these are what we call defaults. That is, without doing anything, it automatically, for instance, made the width 1. It automatically did this names argument null. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but we can find out here in a minute. The color, COL stands for color, null. We'll fix that one later. Sub, that's the subtitle, null. Main title, null. Null is nothing, right? X label, null. Y label, null. Xlim, null. Y limit, null. XPD, null. Log. Ah, that sounds scary. No logarithms, please. What do logarithms and bar charts have in common? Not a whole lot. But the idea here is, if you keep going down, it tells you what this first argument, height, what do you want? What do you mean height? Well, this argument is either a vector or a matrix of values. We'll get to the matrix later. Right now we're just looking at vectors. Describing the bars which use the plot. If height is a vector, the plot consists of a sequence of rectangular bars. Okay, we didn't need to read all that. The width is an optional vector of bar widths. Space, the amount of space as a fraction of the average bar width left before each bar. See, I've never even used a lot of these. Legend text. Beside, we'll use this one actually later when we do side-by-side bar charts. Horizontal, in other words, if I want to make this instead of vertically oriented, if I wanted to make it horizontally oriented, I could use that. Density, angle, the slope of shading lines. Okay, that sounds like fun. The color, we're going to use that one today. The border equals true. I've never tried that one. So these are all things that we can actually do. So the border, it said by default, let's see if we can find that in here. Border, Bueller. I'm not even sure if I see where it says border. But let's add some arguments. So we've already added some arguments to this, including a title. We learned how to do a title. Should have learned how to do a title. And excuse me. Don't want that one anymore. Okay, so to do a title, we can use the main function. So if I have here, for instance, I'm using a pie chart here, but in the examples here, I'm going to use the bar chart. So let's go back to this bar plot, and I'm going to use this bar plot that we had before as a Pareto chart. So don't need all that. I'm just going to copy this part right here. So bar plot. Sorted P, and that was, again, P was that list you see right above you there. Dog, 6 dogs, 11 cats, 2 fish, 1 reptile. And we sorted it in decreasing order, so from decreasing frequency. It's from biggest to smallest. So if I wanted to add a title on here, my argument is going to be main title. And again, maybe this was students' favorite. We got to spell it right because there's no spell check in R. However you type it is the color it's going to come up. So student's favorite pet, we have an argument on there. But let's see how to clean some other stuff up here. So let's start with some colors. Yay. So R has an amazing amount of colors, more colors than I know what to do with. The colors have numbers and the colors have names. So let's start with the numbers. Or let's start with the name, why not? So again, I just hit the up button, took my last piece of code, and I'm going to add on to it. We can use just colors by name. We could use, for instance, the color red. Okay, if I want to use COL, again, is going to stand for color. Color equals red. Let's look at our bar chart. Yay, everything's in red. I made something unique. But what if I wanted to do 4 different colors? Well, I'll just show you a couple things. Besides just having the names of the colors, you could also use numbers. I'm not sure what every number color is. So I just used the color equals 2. Let's see what color that ended up being. That was red at what I already had. So I can change this to color of 3. Aha, yay, green. What's the color of 4? Ooh, blue. Cool. I didn't even check 1. Black. Fancy. Well, what if I wanted to do, since there's 4 categories, what if I wanted to use 4 different colors? Well, I could say, hey, let's use the numbers 1 through 4. And if you recall, if I wanted to do 1 through 4, I could use the 1:4. And now I've got myself 4 different colors. Ooh, fancy. Nice. That's nice. But, I know there's a lot of art students in our class, and you look at this and, okay, it's all right, but you want to get fancy with your colors. Well, before we get fancy, real quick. Say I wanted to use the colors, I don't know, red, white, and blue, and orange. Why not? If I wanted to use all four of those in a row, I'm going to make a list now, so I have to be a little careful here. I want to use four colors. Anytime I use four of anything in R, I need a list, or a vector in this case. Red, what did I say? White will work. Blue, and orange. Let's see what happened. Ooh, that's fancy. Okay, I'm Dutch, so these are the Dutch flag, red, white, and blue, and the official color is orange of the Netherlands. And in case you're wondering, that's because the founder, Willem van Oranje, his last name was Van Oranje from Orange, so the official Dutch color is orange, if you will. No, you won't. Okay, that's fine too. So I had asked you to download a file named R Colors, and it should look something like this. So obviously you can't read this, so use the zoom function. And it's kind of neat here in the zoom function on my PDF reader here. Once you look at this here, all of a sudden you see some names. Blanched almond, woo. Dark gray, dark khaki, dark magenta. Keep going, there's all sorts of colors. All these colors work in R. It's so cool. Chocolate, chocolate 1, chocolate 2, chocolate 3, yummy. Cadet blue, all right. Aquamarine, dark orchid. Indian red 1, Indian red 2, hot pink, lavender blush 2. Light blue, medium blue, pale turquoise, sienna, yellow. Wow, there's tomato, nice. Snow, slate gray, a lot of different, purple 1, purple 2, red 1, red 2, red 3, red 4. So a lot of different colors, and we can use all these colors just by name. So let's go back to this list we had here. Maybe instead of red, maybe we want to use red 4. Maybe instead of white, we want to use, I don't know, blanched almond. Maybe instead of blue, maybe you missed it, but there's a Dodger blue. Go Dodgers. Oh, they already lost. Sorry, Dodgers fans. And maybe instead of orange, we want to use the color salmon. And let's see what happened. Ooh, tomato. Blanched almond. Dodger blue. Tomato. So we can use any of these colors as we want. We don't need all four of them different colors. So it looks kind of cool. We could repeat the same colors. For instance, if I go back here, and I know there are 4 categories, but say I only use 2 colors, well, it's just going to cycle through 2 colors now. So I just deleted the last 2 colors, and you can see now it's just alternating between tomato and, I'm sorry, not tomato, that's red 4 and blanched almond. So that's kind of cool. That's how to add some color. All right, let's go back to this bar chart and let's see what else is not nice about it. So underneath cat, dog, and fish, reptile, might seem a little trivial, but it's nice to just mention what is this variable we're looking at, even though it clearly says favorite pet. You could add maybe a label down there that says something like type of pet. I don't know, it sounds kind of boring, but maybe for a better example, you can still use this idea. So if I go here and if I add another argument in here, and I'm going to use xlab. Xlab stands for xlabel, label the x-axis. Xlab equals maybe in quote, again it has to be in quotes, not maybe in quotes, type of pet. Hit enter. What happens? Ooh, there it is. It says type of pet. Okay. What I don't like about this graph here as well, as I said, kind of bothers me how the y-axis here this y-axis doesn't really seem to go high enough. It stops at 10, but clearly, if you recall, there were 11 people who liked cats. So one thing I can do is I can change the scale of my, in this case, y-axis. So maybe I want to go, maybe instead of the y-axis going from 0 to 10, or maybe I want it to go from 0 to, let's just go 14. So I'm going to use the y-lim function, lim for limits, the limits of y. And again, there needs to be an upper limit and a lower limit, so I need to use two numbers. Whenever I use more than one of anything in R, I need to put it as a vector. So if I make the limit 0, comma, up to, let's say, 14, let's see what happens. That's nice. That created a little bit more space here, and I like the space looks nice. I just want to see what that border argument was. I haven't actually used it. So let's see, border equals, and then we write in capitals true. Just curious to see what it does. It might not have done anything. Might not be using it right. Yeah, we're not. So don't worry about that. Okay, this is looking pretty good. My last little thing I like to do with these bar charts, and then we'll call the bar chart a day here, is that I like to put like a border around the entire thing. And it's just this little trick I've learned for this. And if you just, after you have everything typed in a new code, if you just do box, parentheses, and just leave it blank, and hit enter, it should kind of put a border around the whole thing. And see, that looks nice. Actually, we're missing one thing. Can you see? What are we missing? What do we need? Yeah, you in the front row. What? No, try again. Oh, good. Yeah, the y-axis. What's on the y-axis? Nothing. We need some labels there on the y-axis. So just like we did xlab to make a label on the x-axis, let's do a ylab to make a label on the y-axis. So ylab, what did the y-axis represent? In this case, it was the frequency, it was the number of students and their favorite pet. So if I hit enter there, and go back to here. Since I had to hit enter again on the code, it undid the box, so let's do the box again. And ta-da! I have myself a smashing little bar chart. And we'll call this lesson a day. Thank you.